In the vast hall of the Galactic Council, luminescent lights cast a cold, bluish hue over towering figures gathered in stately silence. Representatives from ancient, powerful civilizations are seated in an arc around a grand podium. At the center, Chairman Zorzel, a towering figure draped in the regalia of his position, scans the chamber with an air of authority. His sharp, alien gaze focuses on a single figure standing confidently below, Ambassador Rhea, humanity's representative. Zorzel's voice resonates, cold and dismissive, amplified throughout the chamber. Ambassador Rhea, the Terran Empire's rapid expansion and aggressive advancements have drawn the Council's attention. We deem your actions reckless and dangerous to the stability of our civilized galaxy. It has become clear that unchecked, your kind will disrupt the delicate balance we have established over eons. A murmur of agreement ripples through the Council. Alien dignitaries nod in solemn accord, their expressions betraying contempt and superiority. To them, humanity is an upstart, a youthful race who dares challenge ancient order. Rhea, though standing alone, does not falter. She meets the disdainful gaze of Zorzel with a calm, steady resolve. Her demeanor is collected, yet her eyes gleam with an unspoken defiance. She senses the Council's underlying fear, a fear of what humanity has accomplished in a short span, a fear of potential they do not understand. Zorzel continues, his tone growing colder, more formal. Thus, we issue this ultimatum. The Terran Empire is to cease all expansionary activities immediately. All military installations beyond Sol are to be dismantled, and no further colonies are to be established. You will comply, or face the full might of the Galactic Council's forces. There will be no further warnings. Silence falls, and all eyes turn to Rhea, waiting for humanity's compliance, or, more likely, a desperate plea for mercy. But Rhea's expression remains unmoved. Her silence stretches, holding the attention of the entire chamber, an unexpected stillness that unsettles the Council members. Finally she speaks, her voice measured, carrying a weight far greater than her modest stature might suggest. Chairman Zorzel, esteemed members of the Council, humanity acknowledges the Galactic Council's long-held authority. We respect the accomplishments of each civilization represented here. She pauses, glancing around the chamber, her gaze unwavering, almost challenging. However, we will not abandon our right to grow, explore, and thrive. A hiss of disbelief spreads through the Council members, some of them leaning forward in shock. The arrogance of this human, this species barely out of their cradle, daring to defy them. Rhea continues, her tone now firm and unyielding. You misunderstand us, Chairman. Humanity does not submit to ultimatums. We have overcome every obstacle in our path, forged ourselves in fires of conflict and unity alike. We do not seek unnecessary war, but nor will we abandon what we have fought to achieve. We will defend ourselves and our home if it comes to that. Zorzel's expression shifts, his initial amusement replaced by a tightening around his mouth, a flicker of irritation. Ambassador, consider your words carefully. The Galactic Council has dealt with species far more advanced than yours. None who have stood against us have survived unscathed. Unmoved, Rhea holds his gaze. Her next words, though quiet, echo throughout the hall. Then perhaps, Chairman, it is you who should consider your actions carefully. The Terran Empire is not simply a power to be dealt with. Your ultimatum will not be taken lightly. If war is the path you choose, know that humanity will not be an easy opponent. The silence following her statement is heavy, tense, laced with disbelief and a newfound unease. Zorzel stares at her, his expression unreadable, the faintest flicker of doubt playing across his stern features. But he quickly masks it, waving his hand dismissively, a smug smile curling on his lips. Very well, Ambassador Rhea. Your defiance is noted. This council has no patience for the pride of lesser species. We shall see how the Terran Empire fares once our fleets arrive at your borders. Without waiting for a reply, Zorzel turns to the council, signaling the end of the meeting. Rhea stands alone, her mission complete. As the council members turn away, smug in their belief that humanity will submit or fall swiftly, Rhea feels a surge of determination. They have gravely underestimated the resolve and strength of the Terran Empire. She leaves the council chamber, a faint smile on her face, knowing that humanity has already made its decision. General Marcus Drayton stands at the heart of the Terran Empire's command center, a colossal room alive with the hum of machinery and the steady rhythm of disciplined personnel. Holo projections flicker around him, displaying galactic maps, fleet formations, and intelligence reports on the Galactic Council's forces. Drayton's expression is unwavering, but his mind is racing, assessing every possibility, every potential move. Beside him stands Dr. Elena Zhang, the chief scientist and mastermind behind humanity's advanced weaponry, her sharp gaze fixed on a holographic blueprint of the Council's known defenses. Drayton speaks, his voice low but resolute. The Council wants us to dismantle everything we've built, hand over our future without a fight. He glances at Zhang. They think we'll bend to their threats, that they're dealing with the same humanity they once ignored. They don't realize how far we've come. Zhang nods, her fingers gliding over a console as she brings up detailed schematics. We've analyzed their weaknesses, points of entry, and defense patterns. They rely on size and brute force. Their strategy is built for intimidation, not endurance. We can exploit that. She adjusts the display, revealing specialized weapon systems and stealth technologies. Our adaptive tech can scramble their communication arrays, turn their own systems against them. Drayton considers this, his gaze sharpening. We'll use everything we've developed, the drones, the gravity wells, disruptor fields. No half measures. If they're expecting us to fold, we'll show them just how wrong they are. At his words, a murmur of agreement echoes among the officers gathered nearby. Humanity has grown stronger than the Council ever realized. The Terran Empire isn't just a collection of planets, it's a unified front, every individual prepared to defend their shared vision for the future. Drayton looks to the assembled crew, his voice unwavering. We've faced every threat imaginable on Earth, from our own wars to the vast unknown of space. We're still here, and we'll stay here. With a swift nod to Zhang, Drayton opens a channel to the entire fleet. His message, firm and direct, broadcasts across the galaxy. To all Terran forces and citizens, the Galactic Council demands our surrender. They want us to halt all progress, dismantle everything we've achieved. But we, humanity, we're not built to yield. We have the right to explore, to expand, and to thrive. If they want to test us, let them. We will defend what is ours. The response is immediate. Across Terran space, ships power up, engines thrumming to life as pilots and crews take their positions. Automated defense systems come online, weapons systems calibrated and poised. In mere moments, the vastness of the Empire becomes a unified fortress. Humanity's response is swift, powerful, a surge of collective resolve felt by every individual across their territory. As final preparations unfold, Drayton and Zhang observe the mobilizing fleet. The sight is staggering, a vast array of starships, each equipped with humanity's most advanced weaponry and defensive technology, standing as a testament to human determination. For too long, humanity has been underestimated, viewed as little more than a curious anomaly on the galactic stage. But now, with their ships assembled, their soldiers ready, and every individual united in purpose, they stand as a force that cannot be ignored. Drayton turns to Zhang, a rare hint of a smile touching his expression. They'll never see it coming, he says quietly. Zhang nods, her own pride evident. They'll finally understand that we're not like the others. We don't submit. We fight. With a final check of their systems, humanity's fleet begins its approach. In the vast, dark expanse surrounding the Council's outposts, silence reigns. The Galactic Council's forces patrol lazily, convinced of their invulnerability, lulled by the illusion of security. But lurking just beyond their sensors, the Terran fleet hangs in perfect silence, cloaked and poised. At the forefront, Captain Elena Montoya assesses the situation from her command chair, her fingers hovering over controls, eyes sharp with focus. Commander Thorne, Montoya speaks softly, though her voice carries authority. You're sure their sensor relays won't pick up on us? Commander Jax Thorne, known for his risk-taking tactics, smirks. Positive, Captain? Our cloaking fields are holding, and their systems are ancient by comparison. They won't see us until we're right on top of them. With a quick nod, Montoya takes in the positioning of her fleet, a dozen ships hovering silently in formation. Then let's give them a proper introduction. Signal the fleet to power up. On my mark, we strike. Her orders travel through the fleet like electricity, every crew member knowing exactly what's at stake, every pilot ready for the signal. As her countdown begins, each Terran vessel comes alive, silent engines powering up, weapons systems armed and aimed. In a flash, the cloak drops, and the Terran ships burst into view, surging forward with ruthless precision. Blasts of energy streak across the void, tearing through the unsuspecting alien vessels before they have time to react. The Council forces scramble, shocked by the sudden onslaught, their communications erupting with frantic orders and desperate attempts to defend. Targets 1 through 3 are down, Thorne reports with a grim satisfaction, watching Council cruisers explode in bursts of flame and metal. They're trying to form a defensive line. Montoya doesn't hesitate. We're not giving them time. Push forward, take out their command ship. Let's keep them reeling. Her ship plunges ahead, its cannons firing in relentless rhythm, blasting through the weakened alien formations. The Council forces, unprepared for this level of precision and force, are in chaos. They've never seen weaponry so advanced, nor tactics this ruthless. Every attempt to regroup is met with a calculated counterattack, as humanity's forces press the advantage. Alien officers shout orders, their attempts at forming any defense crumbling under the Terran onslaught. Montoya's voice cuts through the comms. Jax, take your squadron and flank the remaining support ships. Their defenses are scattered. Use our maneuverability against them. Thorne grins as he redirects his squadron, swooping down on the vulnerable alien ships from an unexpected angle. His cannons unleash a torrent of fire, shredding the last line of Council ships. The sight sends a wave of panic through the surviving alien forces. Montoya can hear their desperation over the open channels, their disbelief mingling with terror. This wasn't supposed to happen. Where did they get this kind of firepower? A Council officer's voice stammers over the intercepts, a mix of shock and fear evident. In response, Montoya's voice rings out coldly. You thought humanity was weak. You were wrong. Her ship, leading the charge, breaches the final defenses, its cannons targeting the heart of the Council outpost. With a final volley, the command center erupts, a massive explosion tearing through the structure and sending debris scattering through the black void. In that moment, the outpost falls silent, decimated, as the remaining Council forces scramble to retreat. With the outpost destroyed, Montoya orders a full scan, capturing critical data and resources. We'll take every piece of intel they have. Let the Council see exactly what we're capable of. As the Terran ships regroup, Montoya allows herself a moment of satisfaction. The Council underestimated them, expecting a surrender, but humanity has turned the tables. Now, the Council knows that the Terran Empire is not just a threat, they are a force to be reckoned with. The first strike has been a resounding success, and the galaxy will feel the ripple of this battle for ages to come. The Galactic Council's retaliation comes swiftly. Admiral Cerrone stands aboard his flagship, flanked by an armada of Council warships, massive, imposing vessels armed with the Council's most advanced weaponry. His gaze is hard, unyielding, as he reviews the positions of Terran forces scattered across contested sectors. Determined to crush humanity once and for all, he has rallied the Council's strongest fleets, confident in his overwhelming numbers and firepower. Begin the assault, he commands, his voice devoid of hesitation. Sweep through their defenses, make them see the futility of resistance. Council ships surge forward, their engines blazing as they cut through space, heading straight for human-held territories. They deploy in a massive line, overwhelming by sheer presence, filling the void with the Council's unstoppable might. Their initial attacks hit with brutal force, targeting human outposts and supply lines. Energy beams tear through space, obliterating targets with cold efficiency. But humanity is ready. General Marcus Drayton watches from his command center, quickly assessing the Council's formation and relaying orders to his fleet. "They're trying to force us into a direct confrontation," he says to his officers. "We won't give them the satisfaction. Engage in evasive maneuvers and deploy our interceptors. Hit their flanks, keep them guessing." The Terran fleet doesn't meet the Council head-on. Instead, they vanish into the depths of space, disappearing into asteroid fields, hiding in nebula clouds. When Council ships follow, they're met with ambushes and skirmishes on all sides. Human fighters dart in and out, striking with precision, then retreating before the Council can organize a counterstrike. Guerrilla tactics frustrate the Council forces, who are accustomed to overwhelming their enemies with superior numbers, not chasing them down in labyrinthine asteroid belts. Admiral Cerrone clenches his fists as reports flood in of losses from surprise attacks. "These tactics are beneath us," he mutters, fury lacing his words. "They refuse to face us directly, like cowards." But as more battles unfold, it becomes clear that humanity's adaptability is no accident. Terran ships maneuver swiftly, exploiting every advantage of speed and familiarity with the terrain. Their smaller, more agile ships dance around the Council's lumbering giants, targeting weak points in their armor, severing communication relays, and even turning Council ships against each other in the chaos. The Council's superior firepower means nothing when their targets move like shadows, attacking and vanishing before they can return fire. Cerrone is relentless, driving his fleets deeper into human space, but each advance costs him dearly. The Council's losses are mounting, and whispers of doubt spread among his officers. One by one, his captains report heavy damage, ships disabled, and morale plummeting. Every attempt to corner the Terran fleet only seems to lead them into another trap. Humanity's determination, their refusal to yield, strikes a chord of unease among his soldiers. Watching the battle unfold, Drayton seizes each opportunity, adjusting tactics with each Council movement. "The Council thinks they can push us back by force alone," he tells his officers. "But we have something they don't, an unbreakable will. We're not fighting just for territory. We're fighting for our future." In one critical skirmish, Drayton's forces lure a large portion of Cerrone's fleet into a nebula known for distorting sensors and amplifying energy signatures. Under the clouded cover, the Terran fleet springs an ambush, concentrating fire on key Council ships. In the ensuing chaos, Council ships collide, their communications scrambled, confusion tearing through their ranks. Realizing the trap too late, Cerrone orders a retreat, barely escaping with his flagship intact. The shame of withdrawal hangs heavy, but he knows pressing forward would mean complete annihilation. As he watches the scattered remains of his fleet regroup, his face darkens, a grim recognition dawning. The Council, for all its power, is faltering. The Terran Empire is not just another rebellious faction to be subdued. Humanity is prepared, cunning, and seemingly unbreakable. In his heart, Cerrone feels the first pangs of doubt, wondering if the Council's arrogance has led them into a war they cannot win. Back in Council territories, news of the defeats spreads, igniting debates and dissent among Council members. Some question the Council's motives, others doubt the military's ability to subjugate the Terran Empire. For the first time, cracks appear in the Council's unity. The final battle looms over the Council's home planet, its imposing structures casting long shadows across the Council's last stronghold. Humanity's fleet, led by General Drayton and Captain Montoya, forms a wall of defiance just beyond the planet's orbit, every ship prepared for an all-or-nothing fight. The stakes are clear. This battle will decide humanity's fate, and the Terran Empire will either secure its future or fall trying. Drayton's voice is steady as he addresses his fleet. "We've come this far through sheer will and ingenuity. Today, we make our stand, not just for ourselves but for the right of every human to reach beyond the stars. The Council thought us weak. They're about to see just how wrong they were." Montoya, commanding her own squadron at the vanguard, watches the Council's armada amass, their numbers still daunting even after humanity's earlier victories. She knows this will be the fiercest confrontation yet, but determination burns in her eyes. All units, maintain formation and follow the plan. Remember, every move matters. We fight as one. As humanity's forces advance, the Council's fleet moves to intercept, weapons blazing. The initial clash is explosive, with ships from both sides weaving through fields of fire. The Council, desperate to repel humanity, unleashes their most powerful defenses. Yet, with every blast and maneuver, humanity's forces respond in perfect synchronization, weaving through the chaos, countering each Council strategy with a precision that belies their smaller numbers. Drayton's strategies are meticulous. Rather than facing the Council head-on, he directs his ships to target key areas, dismantling the Council's lines piece by piece. Human fighters dart through the battlefield, striking Council engines and weapons systems with pinpoint accuracy. Montoya leads daring raids on enemy cruisers, disabling them and leaving them vulnerable to heavier Terran fire. The battle is brutal, yet humanity's unity and coordination steadily wear down the Council's defenses. On the Council's flagship, Chairman Zorzel watches with mounting dread. Each report of a fallen ship, each failed countermeasure, brings him closer to the realization that they're losing. His face, once the picture of arrogance, now reflects the weight of his miscalculation. He had believed the Council's superiority would crush humanity, that their will alone would force Terran surrender. But here, at the heart of his power, he is watching the very opposite unfold. Aboard her ship, Montoya catches sight of Zorzel's flagship and seizes the moment. All units, concentrate fire on the flagship's defenses. Let's make it clear, we're here to finish this. Her squadron converges, unleashing a barrage that pierces the Council's shields. Zorzel's ship shudders under the onslaught, its once impenetrable armor buckling. As the flagship falters, Zorzel's resolve begins to crack. He sees his fleet dwindling, his forces crumbling, and in the unyielding determination of humanity, he finally understands the gravity of his mistake. He opens a communication channel, his voice strained yet resolute. General Drayton. Humanity. I see now that I underestimated your strength and resolve. I propose a ceasefire. Drayton doesn't hesitate. This isn't a negotiation. Humanity will explore, expand, and live free. Surrender now, and your Council may still find peace. Zorzel, seeing no alternative, nods slowly. Very well, we surrender. Across the battlefield, the Council's ships stand down, their weapons powering down, the long, bitter conflict coming to an end. Humanity's forces remain alert, ensuring the surrender holds, but a wave of relief and triumph sweeps through the fleet. As the Terran Empire secures its victory, Drayton addresses his people one final time. This is more than a victory. Today, we've earned our place in the stars. We've proven that humanity is strong, that we will not be dismissed, and that we have a right to build our future, free from the control of others. The Terran ships rally together, basking in the realization of what they have achieved. They've defied the Council, broken free from its grip, and secured the freedom to expand and explore. Humanity stands victorious, a testament to resilience and determination that even the Council could not match. As they prepare to return home, every soldier, pilot, and citizen carries with them the pride of a hard-fought triumph, knowing they have earned their right to the stars.